Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Your Turn to Die. What was that sound? Now. Miss Now? You look pale, Miss Now. Oh, Mishima, man. That was so horrible what happened there. Professor. I feel like I'll never pass. Oh, this music. I love this track.
Miss Now, what's the matter? Exams are way away yet, and I'm sure you'll be fine, Miss Now.
I can't. If I fail, what'll I even do?
Please calm down, I'm busy driving. Maybe I'll swallow a bunch of mud and die? Don't do that. It seems you feel quite cornered. Miss Now, to tell the truth, I failed my college exams. You did?
Huh? You did, Professor?
Yes, indeed. I had grades as good as anyone's, and a more or less serious lifestyle. I put in a perfectly good effort, and at least I believe so. However, where some will pass, others will fail. There's nothing that can be done about it.
And again, that's a luck thing he said to Kanna as well, right?
And being more conceited than the average person, I lashed out at everything. However, people can always improve themselves. So, Miss Now, what do you suppose gives people the impetus to improve?
Being in a new environment, I think, is a really good thing.
A rather mature point of view.
I think that can be, you know, like if you're secure, like I think that's one of the things, if you work to be secure, please stay secure, right? But I think also like sometimes like doing new stuff is kind of fun. I can like improve yourself quite a bit. But obviously like again, it's hard for some people too.
Yes, for most student's life is at school, but by taking the step outside, you can realize what a small community it really is. Your worries can appear much smaller that way. Well, in my case, it was time. It required an above-average amount of time, but I regained the courage to face forward. And such is why now I enjoyed my time with you and the rest of the class. Though I failed, I gained happiness. The dream I'd pictured did not come to pass, but the reality I found was much like a dream.
Professor.
There's nothing to fear in failure. A person's life does not end there.
As long as you live on, happiness will surely come to you. And him saying this after he freaking died as well. What the hell, man? Oh my god, this game is twisting the knife. For sure. Very like cinematic but horrific, right? Again, it's really well done in terms of like this story and the way they're doing things, like in very kind of like well written, like having him talk about like how living on is so important, but then transitioning right to his dead body, like the blood everywhere as well. You know what I mean? Like story-wise and writing-wise, incredible. Emotions-wise, horrific. Horrific stuff. Professor Mishima is dead because of our votes. Despair falls over us. Yeah, because he thought it was a mock vote. Once again, nothing can be blamed on anyone but the people who started this game. We keep our distance, now alone sits near Professor Mishima. How should I sort out these feelings? I can't think of what to say to now. Now is sitting by the Professor dumbfounded. Professor Mishima is a pool of blood. I'm afraid to come any closer. As you would be. And again, that's one of the things. Like, how terrifying is the situation we're in here? And again, it's not only just like the game we played before, because nobody died in the game we played before. It's not only just like this Kanna's sister dying, because we know that sends this message that people can die in this game. But this is like the remaining people can die, and they can just do it on a whim as well. You know, if they wanted to. Do we go back to the cafeteria then? Suddenly, as I look towards the exit. Damn it! She got us! Sue? Oh, Miss Sarah, look at this. Sue slowly closed the door to the room. What does it say? There's a message here. Read it, Miss Sarah. What? The second trial practice round. This is a practice for the main game. The start is signaled by the dolls. Oh my god. So all along, if you read this part of the doorway, we know that this was about to be like a pre-game trial. Follow instructions and hold a majority vote, the one with the most votes. So again, while it seemed like when she was saying like, oh, this is a mock, this is kind of like a practice round, she meant it, but in a different way than we thought it was. We thought it was just like, hey, let's practice our votes and see what happens. In reality, like, the instructions were here to be like, yeah, it's gonna happen. This doesn't make it, obviously, like, as I'm saying, as you guys know, this doesn't make it, like, morally justified or anything, or justified in any way. This just means that we didn't see it happen, right? We didn't see this. And it's gonna play on our mind as well, that maybe we should have known something. But what could we have done? As always with, like, these type of death games and stuff like that, the people at fault in the death games, consistently, constantly, 100%, no other way around it, no other way of looking at it, is the people who organized it. However, this practice round, if the votes come to a draw, the game is forfeit. We could have gotten a draw if everyone voted for themselves. What? That is even more painful. The second trial, it's named just like that the first one we did. We never noticed this note. It is so much more painful because now it's not only that, like, oh, our votes, 3 people's votes led to Mishima dying. It's also that we could have saved everybody. Damn it! It's all because I said to keep the door open in case there was danger. No, Rico. This is the problem. Again, we're gonna start blaming ourselves. No one is to blame but the people that caused this. Please do not blame yourself, Rico. Please do not. We clearly were led into doing so. This room had an ominous air before entering. I agree. I agree with Kai. Even though, like, this guy gives me the chills now. Like, I agree with Kai. Like, it is a thing where you were going to try and, like, when you're trapped in an area and you're trapped in a location, you're going to try and keep every door open you can, right? We've seen Suo being trapped before in this, or we were trapped before, sorry, the 5 people were trapped in that room there with the gun game, right? We've seen this happen before. So this idea that, like, we wouldn't try to leave the door open is insane. Of course we leave the door open. The game is forfeit if it's a draw? And don't tell me. If everyone had gotten the same votes, then there'd be no victim, is that right? Yeah, if everyone voted for themselves. You're kidding me. So he died for nothing? He died for them to showcase, like, what this can do. And again, also, like, I feel like they're playing a game here, right? It's like, hey, you guys messed up. You guys messed up with this. Even though it's not our fault, you guys messed up. It was an avoidable trap if we just checked the door. It's like saying to you, like, it's almost like a la-da-da-da, you didn't check the door, you know? Professor Mishima, it's horrible. I'm worried about now, of course. Should we check on now, see if she's okay now? Professor, this is just a lie, Professor, right, Professor? Oh, no. Please get up. Look at this, guys. That is brutal. She can't comprehend it. Oh my god, and she's like holding the headless body. You can't do this, everyone's worried. Oh no. And again, this game doesn't shy away from showing you the trauma this causes. Professor. Now weakly shook the Professor Mishima's body. Oh my god. Oh my god. And his scorched fragile neck fell. Professor? That is brutal. That is so brutal. No, don't touch that. She is not in the right space, the right frame of mind right now. Not at all. Meow, the old guy. Oh, Jin. I'm so sorry you had to see any of this. I'm sorry anyone had to see any of this. Don't look, Jin. Stay away. Very good, Joe. Very good. Damn it. Damn it. What the hell? It is driving home the fact of how, like, again, as I said last time, they do not shy away from showing the very real feelings that would come out of this situation. It's not going to be pretty. Now Ahira is not acting in kind of like any normal way. She's holding the body of the professor as if, like, she can wake him back up because, again, it's like this disbelief. This again, they're not shying away from this stuff. Who voted for Mishima? This is tough because I totally think it's like there's a question in mind of, like, why would you vote for Mishima? That's a good question. But also same thing too, do you guys understand what I'm saying? That, like, right now, at least, like, is this early into whatever we're doing here, whatever death game this is, pointing fingers is not going to help, especially since, like, you know, anyone who says they voted for Mishima, I'm not saying that's what Joe's doing, but, like, I'm saying this is where it could lead to, right? Cabin fever style. But to me, it's one of those situations where so early in the game, you can't blame people for this because, again, even if someone did vote for Mishima because they hated him, if you said, like, why would you do that? They'd say, I thought it was a fake game. And then there's nothing you could say to that. Of course they would think it's a fake game. Like, I thought we thought it was fake. Everyone thought it was fake, right? Shut up, you eyesore. Huh? I mean, it's because of the votes it's always possible everyone voted for someone's sides themselves, you know. settle down. I don't agree that Joe's an eyesore, but I do think what Rico's saying is that, like, we can't just play up these possibilities. We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know. Listen, everyone, don't do any probing into each other's votes. But we voted without knowing a thing. No one had any ill will, and I agree with KG. And I don't think Joe, I want to make clear, I want to sit here and validate Joe's feelings here for a second and say that, like, Joe just saw someone's head getting taken off its body. Joe just saw someone die. And everyone processes all these different situations in different ways, right? Everybody does. KG is more secure with this. He's able to kind of like give a bit of a like, I guess what would you call like a solid reaction here, more of a level-headed reaction. But there's no doubt in my mind that, again, the writing this is so realistic to me, because of course there's going to be someone who's going insane in the background. Of course there's going to be someone who's like Rico, who's angry, trying to shut someone up. Of course there's going to be someone like Joe who's like trying desperately to find out who did this. It's all like these real reactions. And I'm not going to like look down on Joe for like feeling this way, you know? You know that, right, Sarah? KG's right. Keep silent. Yeah, KG's right. And it's one of those things where, like, at this point in time, I know I'm going against Joe here, but it's just the truth. We can't, like, even if someone did vote for Mishima because they want him to die, you call them out and what happens, right? No, I'm going to keep silent because, again, yeah, I'm going to keep silent. Yeah, because I don't want to just like invalidate Joe's feelings either. But like, but I agree with KG, but I just don't want to upset Joe either. But I think this might just upset both of them. I think being a fence sitter isn't always the best thing in the world. But you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where even if like they did want to kill Mishima, like, the conversation ends as soon as somebody goes, I thought it was fake. We shouldn't talk about the votes, Joe. Sarah, I got it. Just let me be alone for a second. I hope that we haven't upset Joe, man. Joe started out of the room. It's just like it's not that I don't think Joe's feelings are invalid. It's that I love Joe so far. It's that I genuinely think that, like, there's two ways to look at it. As I said, pointing the finger at people isn't going to help out in this death game. And second thing is not going to help is that, like, everyone can just deny that they hated Mishima. I voted for just a random person. I didn't know it would actually kill anyone, you know? And the others, some left, some stayed. They all began to scatter in their own ways. Like, I have to go with my honest feelings here. And I love Joe, but, like, I agree with KG in this moment, right? I agree with KG in this moment. And I'm not saying... Jin is sitting down there, too. This is great. Again, great artwork as well, even if it is, like, horrific to look at. I'm not denying that there could be someone out there that wanted to kill Mishima, by the way. No doubt in my mind. You never know. The music's so gorgeous. KG seems to be in thought. Everyone went outside. Huh. The only time to think right now, of course. So do you, Sarah. And me too, of course. I'm sure everyone will come back. This music. Very sparkly, but very somber, very beautiful. It honestly, like, I feel like, you know, we already saw the impact of, like, what just happened here, and then the music is, like, it feels like it's driving it home. Like, solidifying it almost, right? It's almost like we're processing it through the music itself. You okay, Jin? Jin, I know how you feel, but you shouldn't be here. Just a little longer, meow. It was just for a little bit, but we did go searching together. Oh, Jin. They were searching together in the bar, yeah. Poor Jin. And again, this is, like, it's hard for, like, adults to process death, man. Like, you know, this is a little kid. You know what I mean? This is a little kid. Oh, it's the same as before, isn't it? Let's stand side this time. Yeah, the music is gorgeous. It does feel like we're processing it through the music. Now we're sitting by Professor Dumbfounded. Professor Mishima in a pool of blood. I'm afraid to come any closer. Yeah, I think we can exit now, I guess. Hopefully we'll find Joe and be able to talk to him. Man, the music's it's really beautiful. As I said, it does feel like we are processing it. And when I say we're processing through the music, it feels like the music is almost like with us processing it, right? It's like, hey, listen to this. This maybe can sum up how you're feeling with a little bit of a track in the background, you know? Oh, whoa. Kai is staring directly at the kitchen. Is it locked? Perhaps there's nothing can be done. What are you doing? I was thinking of ways to enter the kitchen. It has not yet been checked yet, you see. You're so calm. This music is stunning. Is this person really my stalker? That's the thing. I thought that last time as well, she's like questioning herself. But then again, that is also something that happens when you are going through this type of situation as well, that you do start to question yourself too. So like, I still don't want to like invalidate Sarah's feelings, you know? I thought if he was a stalker, he'd be with the kidnappers. But when he hit Miley, I sensed undeniable hostility. Kai was angry. Miss Sarah? Kai, are you... Whoa. Did the lights go out? Oh no, wait, what's that? There's like one light under the table? The lights. Miss Sarah, are you alright? I'm fine. Again, how scary is this to be like, the lights go out when you're alone in a room with your stalker? Like, already it's scary to be alone with them, you know? It may be a trap, but let's look for a switch. What is this under here, though? Something's glowing. Look closely at it? The glowing letters using fluorescent paint, they're on some sort of paper. The one who claims this now belongs to you. Keep it on you always. This is a key to the exit. Let no one else know the existence of the card, or otherwise you will die. The one who claims this now belongs to you. Keep it on. Oh my god, what? So we should have left it there. Otherwise you will die. What is this? Wait, they wanted us to find that. Just like they did with the dart, they are putting things in place here, which means there's multiple different ways that they can enter these rooms, I think. Miss Sarah, are you unharmed? I hid the card before I could even think. Of course, yeah, we gotta save our lives. I'm okay. Looks like the lights came on. Let's look at the other rooms to see if anything occurred in that moment. Look at the card text. Look on the back. Keymaster. On the back, the card has a strange image. It's like a freaking like it's like a playing card in some way, right? Keymaster? The other text seems to disappear, so what does the keymaster mean? Well, it's glow in the dark, it seems. Fluorescent paint. If I don't follow the rules, I'll die? I feel like I'm being led by them again. Yep, they're playing games with us. That dart is also literally like, the fact that we dropped the dart twice and they put the dart back on the table, it means that they are like 100% trying to, you know, tunnel the game as much as possible, for sure, you know? Really, really, really creepy stuff though. Let's move again. Central Hall? What is that? What do you mean, what is that? Where there are nothing... Oh, there's the stairs! Yeah, I was like, oh, what do you mean? There's just two guys? Oh my god, Suo's so short. Is this another trap? I think it's probably just progression in some way. When did this get here? Don't tell me these stairs lead to... the main game grounds? Don't know about that, but whatever the case, we gotta go. Damn it, it's just gonna be a trap anyhow. What do you think, Sarah? Everyone's on edge right now. If we go, we should get everyone together first. But you heard about the main game, right? We're gonna pick one of us to die? Of course I don't want to take part in it, but how are we supposed to feel any unity? You might have a point, but the music is so good in this game. Yeah, there is a lack of unity, I suppose, and a feeling of unity when, like, some people are gonna survive and some people are gonna die, right? For sure. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna wait. Gonna try and believe in you. We'll go up here when everyone's assembled. Thank you so much. Guitar was so reasonable, man. Anyone tries to go up on their own, I'll catch him, but good. Please don't be rough, okay? Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a really good dude. A large staircase leading up. No, I clicked on Suo. Do I have to click on his shoe or something? Oh, there we go.
Look, Miss Sarah. There's the stairs here now. Wonder where they lead.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Wonder where they lead.
I don't know, but Miley left a few spots of blood. I'm sure she went up to that.
That's terrifying. Leading a trail of blood behind her. Figuratively and literally, right? The trail of blood she left behind with killing Mishima, and then also literally a trail of blood. Miley. Did it... Not let's go catch her. I'm not going near her for now. Did anyone else go up?
I only just got here, so I don't know. Has anyone gone missing?
I can't imagine anyone would go up these stairs on their own, but...
You're not thinking of going up, are you, Miss Sarah? I'm telling you for your own good, you should refrain for now. More importantly, there's something I want to show you, yeah?
What is it?
Come to the back of the cafeteria, please.
Lovely blush. I wonder what he wants to show me. First of all, let's go check around a bit as well. Let's go to like we can go back to the cafeteria in a minute, but let's go to the smoking area first of all, just to see if anyone's here. I would definitely like to see where Kanna is after everything that happened, you know what I mean? It's not fair what happened to her. Can we go to the blue room as well? I hope she's okay. That was horrific what they did to her. Oh, now we can go into the blue room. That's interesting, right? Oh, the dummies are gone, by the way. The painting that called us at the Meister shows no signs of moving again. Interesting. So they're cleaning up. That's what's kind of really well done and kind of terrifying as well. And for me is that like the world is changing while we're here, which again I'm not surprised about that, but it just means that like we are. Can we go to the red room now? Okay. It just means that like we are like so not alone that there's people like near us, right? The people who are kidnappers are near us. It's not like they're watching via satellite, 2,000 miles away. They're very much near us. This track is so good. Okay, let's go to the passage to the bar as well. I just want to see if we can find Kanna. There she is. Oh, she might want to leave us alone. We'll check though. Here, wipe off this. Rico, you're so nice. She's been so good in this game so far. She really has. Thank you very much. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Damn puppet. As if even you got a change of clothes. You too. Kanna looked at me with a very surprised eyes. They weren't trusting eyes she had before. Surprised eyes? I lied to Kanna, yeah. Wait. We did, didn't we? Because that lie, I deeply wounded Kanna's heart. Sister killer, it's all because... Oh, man, but we didn't... Oh, because... You know what happened? Because what happened was we didn't get to say what we said, but Mishima lied and we lied together. That's true. If we said the truth, would a different outcome have come? Hey, Sarah, you think you could look for something Kanna could wear? Sure. No problem. Poor Kanna, man. I'm still gonna... Like, even if she doesn't trust me, I'm still gonna work my hardest to make sure that girl's okay. Yeah, this is gonna be tough with Kanna. I really feel terrible. I really do feel terrible. And there's Joe. Look at this sprite as well of him like looking down. Like he's so like... And the bar doesn't help as well because it's like a place for like downtrodden people sometimes as well, Joe sits alone hanging his head. Should we try talk to him? He wants to be left alone, but let's at least try it so he knows that we're making like the effort to talk to him at least. Can we talk a little? Jeez, didn't I tell you to leave me alone? Oh my, we've never seen this sprite before. This artwork. He looks really like annoyed. I guess I'm just nosy. It's kind of calming here somehow. I wonder why. I've never had a drink in my life. Did he just soften up like almost instantly? Is that what happened here? Like when he's like, because again, like he seems like a very soft soul, right? And obviously he's like probably hurt by the fact that we didn't agree with him. But we have to go what we believe in, right? We have to, especially like because I know that's one of those things where like it's clear that there's probably like multiple ways this game can go, right? So I definitely want to see my own choices, because for me, like there's you could have killed 3 people, as I said, or like you could have killed 3 people in that last game if you wanted, right? For the gun game, or maybe they would have stopped you. I don't know, but like it seems like there are like a lot of different choices here. Hey Sarah, do you really think KG is a cop? What a question. Joe, have you been doubting it the whole time? I mean, I just wanted your opinion, Sarah. I want to say this about KG. I distrust him more than I trust him, weirdly. And you could be like, Calvin, you disagree with KG. Yeah, I agree with his sentiment. That doesn't mean like I trust him like generally. But for me, like with KG, it's one of those things where like he's really forward and really like I don't know, just very forward. He's very forward. And not that it's a bad thing sometimes, but the thing is, saying like KG is lying, I don't know this. Like I don't even have like an inkling of like, oh, he's lying. I think I'm gonna say he's a cop because I might be going against what Joe wants here as well again, but I have to go with what I feel. Right? Okay. Damn, I'm a loser, aren't I? Just a little difference of opinions got me uneasy. No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Yes, it's okay and it's mature to understand that yes, it was a difference of opinion. No one tried to hurt you and it's okay, right? But this is high energy, high emotions, a lot of really horrible things going on right now. The things that might not annoy you in everyday life are going to annoy you 10 times over. So do not feel bad about this. Me, I can't think there's someone siding with the kidnappers among that bunch. So he believes that he doesn't just distrust anybody. Huh? Now that's strange. Wasn't Joe the first one to suggest there was? Yeah, I think he was. I think he was also like, I thought he was suspicious of KG as well. But the more I try to believe, the more suspicious I get. Listen, Sarah. Could you look into KG a little? Me? Nah, sorry. Yeah, pretend I never asked. It's okay. It's okay. See, the problem now with Joe is that like he's obviously very self-conscious. it makes 100%, to me, it's 100% natural for him to be suspicious, right? And that's probably why he asked the question of who, chose Mishima. It's 100% natural to be suspicious in this situation. It's 100% natural to feel like there could be someone that's like working with them. It's 100% natural to feel like it's a little slight, because again, normally it's one of those things where like, say like if someone like says like, oh yeah, I disagree, like I think this burger place is better than that burger place. And I know that's it's a completely different analogy, right? But like, if you've had a stressed out day and you've had some horrible stuff happen that day to both people who are having the argument, that the smallest things all of a sudden annoy you, right? On a Tuesday, when you argue with someone about like the dirty dishes, right? That there's like one dirty dish in the sink. On a Tuesday, that could be the biggest argument you've ever had because of the day that you've had. On a Wednesday, not that big of a deal. Hey, can you clean it up when you get the chance? Oh yeah, I will, On a Tuesday, it's, dude, why do you never clean up the goddamn plates? What's wrong with you? And all of a sudden it becomes that. It's much bigger. So this idea that he stormed up after the thing that happened with me disagreeing with him, again, outside of here, if I disagreed with him, like, hey, like I don't think that's a suspicious or whatever, I don't think we should do that, he might not act that way, I'm gonna give everyone like the most leeway possible in this game. Because he wants to believe he suspects. One thing's for sure, it's better if we know more about each other. I agree. For my own survival too. Our heartbeat. We just like kind of like got a little bit of like anxiety for ourselves too when we thought about our own survival. Sarah? It's nothing. What am I thinking? Tell Joe. Tell him what's wrong. I know it's hard to say. I know it's easy to say that for me, from my perspective, right? For sure. Leave it to me, Joe. You serious? Don't push yourself too much, Sarah. Yeah, I think that the writing in this game is impeccable. I think that they do such a good job of like making the characters feel so realistic and making them feel very like honest as well. As I said here with the thing with Joe there, like it's clear that like what happened here was it's such a natural reaction. He went off and sulked a bit, right? But I don't think that sulking is that bad, because when you've seen someone's head get ripped off and then everyone disagrees with you that you have to find who caused it in terms of the votes, you're probably going to be like, I need to be alone, right? I need to be. You're probably going to be like so hurt. You're like, dude, what the hell? Someone just died in front of us. Everyone's processed it in different ways. But I do love, again, the very realistic writing way of having him like see Sarah and be softer. He almost like realized like in that moment where he's like, I don't want to talk. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm just nosy. He kind of like looked to her and was kind of like, that's my best bud. You know what I mean? Like what am I doing? And it's so not natural to question yourself like in that sense too, Joe. So please do not feel bad about that whatsoever. Everyone's reacting in different ways as well. So we have to find something for her to wear. Let's check in here just in case again, just to see if there's anything we can find for Kanna to wear. I'm sure there's something somewhere. The cabinet is empty. And again, it's one of those things where like she shouldn't feel bad about it, whatsoever. She should not feel bad about it whatsoever. Everyone reacts to fear in different ways, and it's not a normal situation. I guess we can go to the cafeteria because let's go to the game room again to see if there's anything that we can find there for like in terms of clothing. No, I was gonna say the dummies are gone. I was like, did we get like suit pants off the dummies or something? But they weren't even wearing clothes, were they? Smoking area. Music's so good, isn't it? Let's go to the game room. And then let's go to the blue room. Just to see, it might be in the cafeteria we need to go or whatever, but... Oh. What? Kanna's sitting in the chair. Wasn't she in the... hallway by the bar? This is... a doll? What? I can't see the part sitting under the clothes, but everything seems disturbingly detailed. What? What? On the doll's hand is it written, use as you wish. Well, we have to take off the clothes, right? What if we try moving it? It's heavy. So we have to, it's a heavy as actual person. That's insane. So did they provide her with clothes? But they provided Kanna with clothes. But they used like a doll of her like to do so? That's just creepy, man. Like again, it's like they're it's a weird thing, and it makes them more sadistic. The fact that they provide us with the bar and all this stuff as well, and like game room or whatever. Like, the helpfulness of this seems almost creepier than if they didn't help. You know what I mean? The fact that they left something here to be like, oh yeah, like here, take the clothes here for her. That's so weird. And maybe it is because, like, you know, they want her feeling like herself and 100%, and they want everyone on a level playing field. But I don't think that's the truth either, because, like, they have no problem traumatizing people to death. You know? This is so creepy. I'll just borrow the clothes. Stripped off the doll's clothes. All right. Even if it's a doll, it feels awkward. Just leave it here. I placed the Kanna doll in a discreet spot. Sorry, Miss Doll. That's such a normal reaction as well, by the way. Seeing a doll that's lifelike of somebody, like, it would feel weird to, like, manhandle it, right? Let's go back to the hallway then. That's so interesting, because that wasn't there before. That wasn't there before, so you have to interact with Kanna, I guess, as well. And again, here's the thing. I was thinking there as well, like, oh, maybe this will make her trust her more. But I think at the base level, I don't care if she trusts. I do care if she trusts me. I want her to trust me, of course. But, like, it's all the same time, too. We're going to help her even if she doesn't trust us, right? 110%. Passage to the bar. You found anything Kanna could wear? I found this in the blue room. Ain't this the exact uniform? Creepy hell. Why the hell they got stuff like this prepared? It's very creepy. You're exactly right, Rico. It's so creepy. Thank you very much. Kanna, she looks even more feeble. Speak gently, put your hand on her back. Speak gently? Kanna. She's not having us. Kanna moved away from me with a start. Hey, Kanna, easy now. What's up? I'm sorry. Please don't be nice. Please don't be nice to me anymore. I'm afraid of having... Oh, that is brutal. That is brutal. We gave her hope. We gave her something happy. And now it's been dashed. After what Miley said to her, and she's afraid of, like, it went from being like Sarah's someone she can look up to being like Sarah's like this symbol of kind of like a hopefulness. I don't want to feel that hope because it's gonna get dashed. That's a horrible way to feel. Kanna went running off. Sarah, what's the deal? Yeah. I'm scared. I'm sure Rico will tell me I should have told the truth, but Sarah, look in the eye. Don't sit there and brood over crap. Huh? Talk to me, or you're just not listening to what I say. Sarah definitely has anxiety about a lot of these different situations here, for sure. You can tell, like, they're using the beating heart to show that as well. I understand. Mishima said that? It's my fault. I should have just told the truth. Cut it out. Don't say that shit. Did you mean to hurt her? Of course not, right? Rico is so amazing. Oh my god. I love the idea of that the kind of like punk goth musician is the one who's, because again that's what happens in real life, by the way. Like the creator of Return of the Living Dead, for example, which again, not a great person, he like said that, like, he wanted to like depict punks as being way nicer, because again, in my life too, the punks that I know and the goths that I know were always like the nicest people in the world, so it's not surprising to me. You know what I mean? Sure, Misha was the first to lie, and I don't know if that was right or not. But guess what? There was hope in Kanna's eyes. You know how hard it is to show hope to a person whose heart's been snapped? She's straining as she says this. Damn it, why? Oh, why did I go call Mishima the nutty professor? See, the thing is, like, this is how we know Rico's a good person. The fact that she's thinking about something that Misha probably never thought about again, right? Never thought about again, but it's weighing on her mind. And you can tell that, like, Rico has a really strong emotional intelligence and is just a really good person and very supportive. But also, like, the fact that she's thinking about this just shows that she's an incredibly good person. Rico, guess they ain't afraid to decide he's no good just because he's a man. I get the stitch now. I'll back Kanna up there. So I wondered, does Rico have like a bad encounters before with dudes in some way? It's what we do now. That's important, right? Yes. She's a magnificent character so far, and she's someone that, like, honestly, as I said, like, before, I would have her at my back in a war so far, Kanna's one thing, but I'm worried for now too. Yeah. She's very thoughtful. She has a great perspective. She's very, very She didn't go into the bar, did she, Kanna? No, she didn't. She's very, very nice to talk to as well. She is. She is. I trust Rico quite a bit. Kanna didn't go here. I'm gonna go back to the cafeteria because we have to anyway, but I also want to talk to Keiji too. I'm gonna check the smoking area hallway just to see if there's an off chance that she came by here. I'm not leaving anything up to chance or to see if this is not the case, you know, just in case. Let's go to the blue room. No, she's not here. Okay. Yeah, the idea of Kanna like not wanting to be told like to be given hope is such a sad thing because obviously like, you know, she was in such a bad state when it was the stuff with her sister, and I think what changed almost instantly for her was like that, oh, I have these people that are looking out for me, I have these people that are watching over me, and maybe it wasn't actually like in her mind, it still isn't her fault, by the way, because I do think what Mishima said had part truth to it. Like, it's just she was unlucky. She got into an unlucky situation, and that's it. It's also what the people who are organizing this thing have done to us as well. But you can imagine like being like, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Okay, cool. You know, you're starting to calm down a little bit, and then you get to this thing where like they call you a sister killer right in front of you. And again, I'm not saying never gonna look down on her for this, but I'm talking about the personal feelings of like wetting yourself. You know what I mean? You'd be embarrassed. You're looking around to who's looking and all this stuff too. And thank God, like this game, I'm actually very, very, very happy that this game didn't do a thing where the other character, and again, just you can do this in the game, but then you have to call it out then as them being awful. No character, and that's why they feel so real. No character said like, oh, you know, she peed herself. You know, everyone kind of understood that this was a very traumatic situation. The characters feel very real in that sense, honestly. Let's go talk to Suo. Suo told me to come here, but Miss Sarah, this way. I'm over here. What, Sue, is that you? I held the lighter in the direction of his voice. What? There's another door? To think this was here. I think they're showing us that our characters, like, while observant, aren't that observant, and, like, there's still some secrets hidden behind here, right? Do we go into the door? Hidden room. This is interesting. Oh, the lighting in here is very, very, very dark. It is. Dark, isn't it? There's only one light from the stand. What did you want to show me from this place? What I would get with the lamp then is I'd move the lamp and shine it towards the walls. Check what's on the desk. Is that a laptop? There's something placed in this. It's a laptop computer. Very intriguing, right? I did try starting it up, but there's no power cord. But it seems to be running on battery power. So once the battery's dead, it's over. Want to investigate what's on it, but... this might be a trap too? I'm aware of that, but we can't not investigate. You know, he's correct. However, there's a problem. This laptop is locked with a password. So you can't see what's stored on it? I tried some writing passwords, but all I accomplished was draining the battery. You got any ideas? A birthday, someone's name. Usually I think birthday is common. The classic password, in a bad way, yeah. Don't put your birthday as a password. Do not. If it's a birthday, then we'll find the answer in 365 tries. Actually, not wrong. No, because wouldn't it be also like the date of the year as well? Like the year itself? I'm guessing you want to make me do it. No. It'd be best if we could just conveniently find a piece of paper with the password. Now, that would definitely be a trap. Yeah. That means they would want us to find it 100%, right? Oh, she said if you have a hint, by the way. A hint, huh? Maybe it's a hint from the kidnappers. What do you mean? There's probably information on there that's valuable for us, but worthless to them. Solve the riddle and we'll generously give out if you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter to us like that. He's being very hopeful with this the idea here. Man, the game like is masterful at doing blushed faces. You know, people blushing. We can't see what's on the once the battery goes dead, so it's like a time-limited treasure chest. I can't see them being that kind. That's the thing. It's like it's a very hopeful outlook on what this could be, right? For sure. I'm gonna stay here and work on figuring out the password, Miss Sarah. Tell me if you find any clues. I shouldn't get too hopeful. But without hope, I can't think positive. That's so interesting as well that like the idea of hope in a place like this is important. It is because and it's not. I know people come like Danganronpa hope, but like hope is it makes sense. The hope in a death game would be what you'd be looking towards, right? It's the idea of like what else do you have other than hope and trust maybe in a few other people? Hope that you're gonna get out of here, you know. Until the battery runs out, maybe so we'll be able to think positive too. maybe symbolic as well onto the battery running out too, and whatever it is, like a symbolic thing with like you know, until our last breath. You know what I mean? Until we die, we have to be hopeful. I want to go talk to Cage if you can. Yeah, I'm not sure with the laptop thing. I generally don't think it could be. He's been very hopeful about it, but I don't know what that could be whatsoever. Hidden room, pink room. I want to go talk to Cage and see what's happening. Hey, I am here to investigate you. Cage seems to be in thought. I guess we can't talk to him right now. That's fair enough. How are you guys doing? You guys holding up well? Okay. This is the same dialogue as before. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let us then go to the cafeteria again. Maybe someone will be there when we go out. No, they're not. Maybe we just have to go upstairs. Can't imagine we'll be able to act all friendly like before, though. Things have changed. Kotaro is very, very, again, perceptive about that. I do think things have changed as well. Let's go to the bar and see if we can assemble. I don't know what we'd have to do to assemble more people. You know what I mean? Because we talk to them and they can't, they don't advance their dialogue at all. You know what I mean? Let's go to the bar. I'll leave him be, okay. Yeah, he's feeling down, man, as it's very normal to feel down. And it's okay for him to be in his own feelings for a bit as well. We validate his feelings and we move and give him some space, right? 100%. Should we go back to the game room? Smoking area hallway. You never know. And if not, we just probably may have to try and go up the stairs. Oh my god, that was so freaking scary. Someone just went in the red door? Was there a figure just there? Wait, the red door's open. Oh my god, what? Should we tell people about it? Wait, I'm worried that the door might close if we don't go in right now. What the hell? The lights again? What the hell just happened there? Where'd he go? Call out for someone? Is somebody there? I'm uneasy but acting alone. I want to head back for 110%. I turned around and found the door had No, she was very smart about that. Get out there and find other people. Look at this. There's like a window here as well. It won't open. I've been locked in. Oh my god, man. This is really scary. What's on this table? Some kind of note. Sometimes there's like notes scattered about. Alice, Megumi, Kazumi, Mishima. 6.6%, 5.3, 3.0. What? Yeah, what's the... Is that the grade average? No, but that wouldn't be percentage, right? Alice, Yubusame? I'll hold on to this. What the hell is that? Obtained a torn paper. A box that had a lid fixed with screws. This is a creepy thing. And like, the reason why it's so creepy is like, it's just like this room has been, they set this up so perfectly to have the room closed the whole time. You know it's shut. And then when you go back in here, like, oh, someone's entered into the room and we know someone was in here. It's really, really well done. Cause it's something you're not usually supposed to do. Able to do. It's a bottle. There's water inside. Obtained a bottle. Okay, we have water in a bottle. Oh no! I want to check everything else first. The clock with no hands. There are books on the bookcase. The covers look proper, but they're all blank on the inside. A candle. A candle. Oh, what about this though? Look at this. This is gonna be another. The corner frames are held by screws and nails. Do you think this could be another game or trial because of like that? Another painting? A large teddy bear. There, it's moving. It's legitimately moving. What's that beside it? What if we can use the water and throw it on the bear? How do we combine again? I forget how to combine. But I don't think we're combining here. Unless we can like activate it and then throw it on the bear like this. So we need a screwdriver of some sort. And we can't leave. What's this box up here? Just barely too high to reach. Is there anything I can use to get a boost? This thing over here? Clock with no hands. I'm trying to click on this thing over here, though. It looks like it could give us a boost in some way. Maybe not. It seems like we're not able to click on that. Can we use the desk to get a boost? Can we just click on the table? What is this? Teddy, what is happening with his head? What could we use to get a boost? Oh, can we light the candle? Yes, there we go. Okay. And now the lighter ran out of fuel. So now we can carry the lighter, or we can't carry it. The covers look all blank on the inside. It's not exactly polite, but I'll step on the oh, we're stepping on the books. Okay. 28. There's a digital clock in the back of the bookcase. It stopped at 28.75. 28.75. Okay, 28.75. Is that the password? 28.75. There's a box on the top of the bookcase. It looks like it needed both hands to carry. Let's look inside. Obtain 2 needles. They're large and long. Is this what we're going to do to open these screws? Well, we can't open it with needles. But now we have needles. Oh my god, wait, what? The bear's bleeding! Red liquid leaks through the teddy bear's eyes? Do we use the water on him or something? We can't use... Again, the needles aren't what we could use to unscrew something. This teddy bear is kind of freaking creepy, man. Oh, they're needles for the clock hands. Okay. And then we have to put it to 28.57, it seems. Wait. How does that work? Hold on a second here. Was it 28.57? This isn't going to work, by the way. I just want to see this time again. What was the time here? Did it say 28.57? 28.75. That's not a time. I just realized that's not a time. But it's a time. It's more of a it's maybe it's doing a stopwatch. 28.75. $28.75. What could that even mean, though? In terms of the timing that we have to put on this clock. Do we just add the time forward onto it? Like say, if a 24-hour clock would be 12, so it'd be 12 plus 4 would be That goes to, well, 4. It would be 4, right? 4 o'clock? 4, and then 75 would be 60 plus 15, which is 415. Should we try 415? So 4 and then 15. But it'd be 3. So 15 is 3. Nothing, no. Yeah, 2875. But that's not a... It stopped at 20... What does that mean, though? It stopped at 2875? Am I going to sound really dumb here? 2875. I generally think it is like... did I... No, I am an idiot. I am an idiot. Wait. I got it right, but it's 5, right? Because I was thinking of it in a different way, right? The reason why it's 5 is that remember I was saying you go over them with the 60. It's not that you take them separately, you take them as the actual overall time. So yeah, that was just a very silly brain because I had the right idea and I did the math correctly, but instead of like adding like the extra 15 that went over to the time, to 4, I kept it at 4 when it should have been 5. We got that right. So 515 it is then, right? Because it's adding another 60 onto it, and then 15. Yeah, that was just like a bit of a brain fart. And I think it was just because like what I was doing was I got the idea right, but then I added instead of like I was adding on like separately, like it was a math equation on separate sides when it's a whole number. Jesus, Calvin. 5 and then 3. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we got the idea right for sure. Because I was like 4, it's 4, and then like the other 60. Then if it goes all the way around, it comes back around to being 15. Yeah, you guys got what I'm saying, right? It's like if you take them separately, that's what it would be, but you have to take as one full number, of course. As the pendulum starts to move, something stuck inside and fell out. Is it a screwdriver? Yes, that's what we need. So now do we have that? Can we have it? Is this the screwdriver? Could probably open it with a flathead screwdriver. I don't have the tool though, so we need a flathead screwdriver. Maybe we can use this. Corners of the frame are held by screws and nails. All these are different types. Is the idea that I need 4 different types of tools to remove the painting? Okay. So now we have that done. Wait. Do you wipe with the paper? Oh, really? We wipe with the paper? I didn't expect that. Okay, wipe with the paper. Okay. The bear's tears stopped. Something came out of its mouth? Oh, flathead. Okay, so we can open up this box now? So this is kind of like, I guess, like a toolbox, I guess? This is super interesting. It's like an escape room. A box that has a lid fixed with screws. I'll use the flathead screwdriver, and what do we get? Open the box, and there's another tool. The Allen wrench. Oh. Oh, man, look at that. That is so creepy. What happened there? A red liquid drops on the floor. Do we have to pour water on it? That is really, really creepy. No? I thought maybe we had to, like, pour water on it somehow. Unless we have to clean it up with this again. With the last bit of paper we have. I love that we felt bad for the teddy bear. When in reality, like, I was just like, get away from this teddy bear as quick as possible. So we only have 3 right now, so we need to find another one as well. It's a box, not the box. It looks like we need both hands to carry. The 2 needles are inside there. The candle is lit. It seems designed so I can't carry it. It has to have something to do with the water then, right? For sure. Are we sure we can't use the water here? Is there anything else that we need to unlock? We got this already. What is this over here? It has to have something to do with the bloodstain, of course. Do we put out the light or something? The candle? That wouldn't make any sense either. I'm trying to click on absolutely everything now as well. Like, is there something I'm missing from about this? It has to have, again, I'm just a little confused here, but it has to have something to do with the water, right? Can we throw water on the painting? I might look up how to combine an item again, just to see here. So how to combine item. Wait, what? Did I just click in the wrong space or something? Oh, I just didn't use the tool. The one thing I didn't use on the blood was the tool. I'm guessing we're probably getting another tool from this as well, maybe? A red liquid spreads beneath the floor. So to use the water now, that's the one thing we didn't use, was that I didn't think to use the tool on this as well. If I pour water to increase the water volume, okay. Something floated to the top. Is that the last tool? Yeah, okay. It's always, I should realize that. It's the last thing we didn't use, of course it was. Would prefer to avoid touching the liquid. Obtain the tool nail puller. So we have, I think we have 4 different types of tools now, right? To do this picture. The corners of the frame are held by screws and nails. I have all 4 tools I need to, I'll remove these. Remove the painting. Oh no. Oh. Is that a locker or is that a door? This isn't really, again, while it's like a fun escape room, it's still so scary, right? A single tall locker. I open it? Yes, I guess we have to. We're trapped in here, right? We're trapped in here. I'm getting a bad feeling. Just stay calm, Sarah. There's the way they emphasize her anxiety there about this stuff, as you would be anxious about this stuff. The heartbeat. Oh, look at this artwork. I'll open it. Oh, no. What the hell? No. Why would you do that? Oh. Oh, no, he's in trouble too. What? Oh, he's in trouble too. Man, that was such an effective scare though, and then I quickly went to being like worried then. What should I do? Can we go get help now? There's nothing left in the locker. Can we go get help? No, we can't. Do I use the painting somehow? Are you alright? He's not conscious. What do I do? Should I run before he wakes up? Run? Oh, she's remembering her mother. She feels like she left her mother behind. I can't know if he's a good person, but he said help. He did. Then I'll take him with me. And the thing is, well, it's not her. It's not her. Again, also, it's not her fault, but in her mind, she's thinking, I can't. I picture my mother lying on the floor. I don't want someone else in that state either. At great length, I got this man on my shoulder. He doesn't seem to be hurt, but I should be delicate. So I guess now we can move? We can, okay. Whoever this guy is, this is going to be the cliffhanger for today, guys. We have a new character, it seems. We have a new character introduced to the story. I don't know what this means for us in general. But I don't think he's a bad guy. At first, I was like, it was a very scary, effective scare, but like, I don't think he's gonna be that a bad guy in that sense. To talk about this episode, I feel like what happened here was like the aftermath of what happened to Mishima, and I think they've done a really effective job of making everything very honest and vulnerable, and everything feels very like eerie, while also like the air changed, right? I think chapter 1 is different from chapter 2. I think that even like what they did a really good job is they had everyone being kind of like anxious and worried and a bit distrustful and all this stuff too. It had all these different personalities on display, but I felt like there was like in the first chapter there was like a bit of like while everyone was taking it seriously, I think there was a bit of like probably something in the back of everyone's mind that like everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. We can get through this. Whatever happens, we can get through this. And I still think that they have that hope, and they have to have that hope. But I think the death of Mishima has changed everything forever. Because while you could say, well, Kanna's sister died 110%, but still, I think people can separate that in their mind, right? I think people can say like, oh, I could have died, right? I could have died in that situation. But I think it's like, subconsciously, I think people separate stuff that they don't see sometimes, right? That's not directly related to them in terms of their family or loved ones. So while it was horrible to think about this, and everyone thought it was horrible what happened to Kanna's sister, and they were trying to help her and everything, I do think that there is like something in people's minds where they can be like, well, look, that was just that trial. We're gonna get out here as well. I hit the mic, sorry guys. But Mishima dying in such a way puts a weight in like a couple of things here. It puts a weight in the voting system, and also the fact that like we're gonna have to decide, it seems, who lives and dies in this situation. It also shows that because of our lack of observation, we didn't see that everyone could have been saved in the moment. But again, it's not our fault either. And people might say, well, Calvin, the gun game also is like a big emphasis that things are going to be different as well. But you know what I'm saying? Because we passed that gun game, we didn't see someone die. So everyone came away from that feeling very, very scared. But it's different from seeing someone die right in front of you. If someone died in that gun game, everything would have changed at that point. You know what I mean? I feel like everything changed completely. Because there's already a horrifying situation, and now it's like, oh, damn, this is like real, and the aftermath they showed here was frustration from Joe. Joe frustrated that he doesn't know who voted for Mishima. He's upset that we disagreed with him in one part 2. But I think what's really good about this game is that Joe isn't being... It's not being in like a poorly written character, right? Because sometimes you'll have the thing where a character will get angry at you and you're kind of like, dude, why? Like, doesn't make any sense. We're in a very emotional place right now. We're in a very horrible place right now. So him getting upset at us disagreeing with him just a little bit isn't something I'm going to get so upset about, because no one's in the right mind right now after what we just saw. Of course, now is, by this guy's side picking up the dead body and the head shaking off. Such a visceral moment. And not shying away from how horrible this is, I think, is all of this game too. But I think the reason why they did that too was not just to be like, hey, haha, this is a horrible situation. Yeah, it's more just to be like, this is what it's doing to people's minds. She thought for a second, like, no, this is okay, it's okay, because she was trying to, like, tell herself this. And she didn't even notice, like, the horrific injuries until the head fell off and stuff, I guess, too, causing her great trauma. We have, like, a kid like Jin who's reacting to this in a way where it's, like, a very kid-like thing to do, where it's, like, curiosity, but also at the same time, too, it's, like, that dude was nice to me. And I feel like if you guys know kids, that's generally, like, one of the things that, like, they'd be like, oh, that's a nice man. He's a nice man, and obviously this is something that he's going to have to come to terms with as well. Also, like, with the stuff with Kanna, what was said to Kanna, like, I have no doubt in my mind that, like, again, another incredibly well-written character already, it doesn't surprise me one bit that she now she doesn't want hope. She doesn't want to feel like there's any hope for the situation. Not because she doesn't want to survive, but because hope, when dashed, is almost worse than having no hope at all sometimes with our emotions. Even though you need hope in some cases, you need something to make you move forward. But like the idea of like being hopeful about something and then having it dashed right in front of you, that changes everything. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations where like, it's like if you're on the top of the mountain, it's a longer way to fall down. If you're in a better situation higher up in your feelings, it's a longer fall. It's a longer pit. And especially if you know what a feeling of despair feels like. So she felt this horrible despair and sadness. She was then uplifted by a lie. And then when she found out that was a lie, it dragged her back down into that despair. And now she's not being rude. She's not being mean. She just doesn't want to feel hope. She doesn't want to have people be nice to her or people be kind to her, because that feels like she probably feels like that's going to give me a false hope, which is something I don't want. Really well written character in Kanna here, and you feel for like a lot too. And we also had that again, and we had Rico, of course, reactions to this too. Everyone was kind of reacting in their own way, some more than others, of course, as well, because of course that's what's going to happen in these type of situations. Yeah, very, very well done way, I think, in terms of like their emotions and those characters as well. And of course, I think as well, also, one thing they've done really well with Sarah's character is that while she's like someone who's like trying to like keep everyone else together in some ways, when she kind of snapped back into reality for a second when she talked about her own survival, and she's like, and her anxiety goes crazy again. And it makes sense, like, you know, it's one of those things where like maybe like when you're busy taking care of other people, you don't think about yourself sometimes, and you're like, oh my god, yeah, I have to survive too, I have to. But yeah, it's all really well done in those emotions and that stuff too. In terms of like the actual scene-to-scene stuff, like obviously the scene with like Mishima's body was horrifying. The stuff with Kai is so confusing and so interesting at the same time too. And I hope it doesn't sound like I'm being like, oh yeah, stalker's so interesting. But you know what I mean? It's like the idea of like, she's mentioned it before that she's kind of like, is this my stalker? Why does he actually had vitriol towards this creature, towards Miley, and we don't know. And again, I'm not going to sit here trusting him. I think she should trust her intuition and be careful. But that doesn't change the fact that like it is a very interesting plot line. We also have the stuff with the card that we got, which I don't know what that's going to come into play, but it's one of those things where it's like a really cool thing to keep in the back of our mind. It's going to be there always in the back of our mind in some ways. Really, I don't know, really kind of like powerful thing to have like on your person, not knowing exactly what it does. It gives you like a little bit of anxiety as well, you know, for sure. We talked to Joe. Joe is like wants us to investigate KG, which again, I think like I'm not against this. As Sarah said, like the idea of like getting to know people more is a good idea, especially when you don't know who you can trust in here. And of course, the scene with Joe as well was fantastic too, like and how he softened when he saw us, and how he had very realistic emotions when he was interacting with us. But he's still very upset, right? Of course, and he acknowledged his upset, and we validated his feelings too. We also had the stuff with Kanna and the freaking doll. As I said in this video, like that to me is creepier than if they said, no, this is horrible to say, so please don't think I'd ever want this. Like if they said like, you know, screw you to Kanna or whatever, like that would be less scary than. It'd be brutal, but it'd be less scary than them creating a doll and being like, use this how you want. You know what I mean? It's creepy. It's super, super creepy. We got to know Rico's character a lot more in the scene too, and Rico as a character I think is very, very trustworthy. She's a character that I want to follow. She also has something in her past that I think as well. She says something about the idea of men, and she says something like as well about the idea of like she's very thoughtful, like in what the thing with the nutty professor thing. So she obviously is thinking about that too. I have a very big heart for her already, and another well-written character. Suo found a laptop. We don't know what this laptop is for. He has a very hopeful nature about him with this laptop, where you think it's going to be something that will help us. But whatever it is, again, it's another intrigue about this game. And I think this game does intrigue really well, where it's like, I wonder what that's for. I wonder what Kai's really thinking. I wonder what if Kanna's going to be okay. I wonder what this card is for. I wonder what the laptop is doing. You know what I mean? I wonder what's upstairs. Like all this stuff is really good at having this like feeling of dread and anxiety and intrigue all in one space. And you like are constantly thinking about that stuff as well. It's really well done in that sense too. In terms of Suo's character, I like him so far. I think he's a very like timid character, but he's someone that I feel like is going to be like because Joe is less of our companion than I thought he'd be. He is still our companion. He's our best friend. But I feel like Suo's been our like partner in like investigations, I think, so far, and he's been kind of like the side character so far. Yeah. We then had one of the most effective scares in his entire thing, which is the man walking through the red door. The reason why this is effective is, again, the feeling of dread that this game gives you and the feeling of intrigue and anxiety. That red door's been locked. What's behind that red door? You come back to it. The door's open. Someone's walking inside. You go inside. You're locked inside. This room that now was locked before and you were thinking about it, what could be behind that door? What could it be? What could it be? Now traps you inside. Effective as heck. So effective. So effective at making you like feel very scared about that too. Cool escape room. I was confused about some stuff. Like the clock thing's funny that I did a separate thing where I was like, oh, because I think you guys got what I was going for, but we were on the right track. And in the end, we found this dude in the locker that seemed to be trapped in there. I don't know what this means, but we did see names on the board in the bar that we didn't know. So I wonder if it is going to be something to do with that. Maybe there was someone there that we didn't know about. It's a very, like, again, the escape room stuff is fantastic because it's really good at, like, stretching your brain a little bit. But I also think it has, like, a very creepy energy to it too, where it's like there's messing with you constantly in this game, and they, like, even in small doses they're messing with you. Like, it's very clear they're getting some sort of entertainment out of this. But yeah, we have to think outside the box with those puzzles, man. The screwdriver with the blood thing, I didn't even think to do that, but yeah, it was clearly like a target of some kind, right, to lift up to. I think that this game so far, as I said, is a master of horror, dread, anxiety, intrigue, exploration, all the stuff. It's all this rolled into one ball makes me just, like, so excited to play this game. And you might be like, Calvin, you're excited to have anxiety? I think there's a difference between anxiety in a game where, like, it's like really, you get immersed and you're like, this is really like, the feeling of dread, versus anxiety in real life, right? We're here, like, looking after our own emotions, of course, because this is, like, making us feel a lot and we're getting very immersed in this game. But, like, it doesn't even compare to, like, what, Sarah's going through. You know what I mean? But I think I like to treat this world like a real world. That's the way I always feel about this stuff. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to see these videos early, you can see them on Patreon or YouTube members for the lowest tier, and that is €1 or whatever it is in your currency. If you want your name going across in the credits that's going across right now, that is €10 or whatever it is in your currency. And if you want to get your name read out verbally as a shout out at the end of every single video, that is €15 or whatever that is in your currency. And always very grateful to have supporters. It means the world to me. It keeps the channel going. The Patreon is constantly getting new people in because of the early videos. The same with YouTube members. It means the world to me. So thank you first to the patrons at the highest tier, being Typharo2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, Hike Kasperian, Jerabinum, Neo Showerite, Leah200, Malcolm Kunde, and then the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lusamagi. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.